Welcome to 17th century England, where you've just been born into a middle-class household. Your family isn't wealthy, but you're not starving either. You're perfectly average. Your mum handles everything at home, while your dad is mysteriously absent most days, doing work nobody talks about. Congratulations on turning 1. You've survived infancy in an era where nearly half of all babies don't make it past their first year. That's your first victory against death itself. By 3 years old, something feels off. Your house sits isolated from the community. No neighborhood children come to play. Your mother keeps you indoors constantly, warning about dangerous wolves lurking outside. You believe her because you're 3 and don't know any better. One day, your mother finally takes you to the marketplace. You're excited for your first real adventure into the world. Instead of wonder, you're met with hostile stares and angry whispers. People actively curse at your mother while you're standing right there. You have no clue what you did wrong. Did you accidentally offend someone? Do people just hate small children? Then someone shouts it loud enough for you to hear. That's the executioner's child. Your mother rushes you home immediately, moving faster than you've ever seen. But the damage is done. That single word plants a seed of curiosity that won't go away. That evening, when your father returns home in his distinctive coat, you demand answers. Why does everyone hate your family? Why do you live like outcasts? Your father takes a deep breath and reveals the truth that will define your entire existence. He kills people for a living. He's the official city executioner. Suddenly, those wolves outside don't seem like the real danger anymore. Your father is the person society calls when someone needs to die. He's supposedly the instrument of justice, though he's treated more like a villain. Here's the problem: he's aging. His body won't hold up forever. And guess who's been selected as his replacement? You. That's right, you're the heir to a blood-soaked legacy. This wasn't part of your childhood dreams. Maybe you imagined becoming a skilled blacksmith, crafting beautiful weapons. Maybe a brave knight fighting honorable battles. Literally anything except following in these particular footsteps. Your father crushes those dreams quickly. He explains that nobody in the city will hire you for any other profession. He once dreamed of knighthood too, but his father was an executioner. And his grandfather before him. And his great-grandfather. This curse has been passed down through generations. There's no escape route. At 12 years old, your training officially begins. Every profession requires apprenticeship, even this one. You start with basic tasks like maintaining the execution equipment, sharpening axes and swords, preparing hanging ropes, and cleaning the execution grounds after each death. It's disturbing work, but somewhat tolerable, because you haven't actually witnessed anyone die, yet. That changes fast. 8 months into your apprenticeship, your father orders you to attend your first execution. A condemned man stands on the platform, sobbing and pleading for his life. His children stand in the crowd below, screaming desperately for their father. Some spectators watch solemnly, while others seem eager for violence. Your father stands there emotionless, like death personified. Then the trapdoor opens. The rope goes taut. The man stops moving. Everything becomes brutally clear. This isn't temporary. This is your permanent reality. You spend the rest of the day cleaning blood and removing the body, while angry citizens glare at your father as if he made the decision to execute this person. One day soon, those hateful looks will be directed at you. At 14, you've earned the right to advance beyond cleanup duty. What comes next makes those first 2 years seem pleasant by comparison. If those years were bad, this is genuinely nightmarish. Your first lesson involves human anatomy, but you're not learning from books or diagrams. Your father dissects actual corpses in front of you, teaching you where every organ sits, how bodies are constructed, where blood flows. Initially, you turn away and vomit. But weakness isn't tolerated. You either learn or you get beaten. Those are your options. Executioners do more than kill. They also extract confessions through torture. So you watch your father work. You see him remove a prisoner's teeth individually, while the victim screams in agony. You hate every second, but you're learning valuable lessons. Like how using your bare hands is inefficient compared to using proper tools like pliers. Another year passes. You've mastered keeping someone alive just long enough to get information. Understanding exactly where to cut for maximum pain versus minimum death. Knowing which bones break easiest. You're almost ready to start killing. But wait. This profession isn't just about physical skill. There are extensive legal requirements. You spend 2 additional years studying laws, city regulations, and proper execution protocols. It's just you and your father learning this trade together because this job is so universally despised that nobody ever applies voluntarily. There's no competition for this position. Nobody envies your life. Finally, your father decides you're prepared. Not for public executions yet, though. First, you practice by torturing prisoners to obtain confessions. It's slow, messy, psychologically damaging work. But you do it because you have no choice. When your father sees that you can break someone without hesitation, he gives his approval. Now you're ready for the real thing. Your first public execution arrives. You wear the traditional black cloak. Not to hide your identity, since everyone knows exactly who you are. You wear it to amplify the fear you represent. The crowd watches silently as you climb onto the scaffold carrying your sword. Your posture is perfectly straight. Your grip steady and strong. Inside, though, you're terrified. Your heart pounds violently. Sweat runs down your back. Your hands want to shake. You remember your father's advice. Pretend you're confident until you actually become confident. The condemned prisoner is dragged onto the platform and forced to kneel. A priest offers final prayers. You don't hesitate. Your sword moves in one smooth arc. The head separates from the body. The crowd gasps collectively. The execution was so swift and clean that people can barely process what just happened. You're disturbingly talented at this. The crowd eventually leaves, but not without hurling insults and curses at you. Even the priests spit in your direction as if you chose this life voluntarily. As if you wanted to be a professional killer, wearing ceremonial robes. Execution after execution, your skills improve. Your technique becomes flawless. Your father notices your exceptional talent even though he won't admit it openly. Eventually, he retires completely. The official title transfers to you. You're now the city's primary executioner. Time to experience everything your father endured. Being an executioner involves more than just killing people. The position comes with certain privileges. You receive good payment, not just for executions, but for maintaining order in the marketplace and public spaces. You're also legally entitled to take whatever you want from the corpses. Clothing, jewelry, boots, valuables. Your entire wardrobe comes from dead people. This makes everyone hate you even more intensely. Picture this scenario. Elizabeth's father was beheaded yesterday. Today, she sees you walking through the market wearing his distinctive coat. How do you think she feels? She's furious and wants you dead. But she won't touch you because you're legally protected. The church refuses your attendance except for rare, special masses. They consider you spiritually unclean. A necessary evil that must be tolerated but never embraced. Despite this, society expects you to marry and have a family. So you leave your father's house, purchase property on the city's edge, far from judging eyes, and find someone equally ostracized by society. A prostitute. She's beautiful and understanding. She has no family to judge her for choosing the city's most hated man. Your wedding is as empty as your childhood dreams were. No priest officiates. No guests attend except your parents and one aunt who probably came for free food. But at least you found happiness. And for someone in your profession, happiness is extraordinarily rare. Decades pass quickly. Your reputation spreads to neighbouring regions. You've performed over 1,000 executions, making you more feared than any executioner in your family's history. But this isn't an achievement you celebrate. It haunts you constantly. Every night, their faces appear in your dreams. Their final screams echo endlessly in your mind. The psychological weight of all those deaths crushes you slowly. Life offers one final mercy. Your wife gives birth to a son and daughter. For the first time in your existence, you experience pure joy. You love them desperately. Protecting them and providing a good life becomes your only real purpose. But something's changing. You feel it in your bones and muscles. The powerful stance that once made you terrifying now requires effort to maintain. Your hands occasionally shake. It's only a matter of time before you make a critical mistake. And in this profession, mistakes mean death. The cycle must continue. You have only one option, and you hate it deeply. You take your son aside and begin training him exactly as your father trained you. You're carving the same terrible fate into him that was carved into you. He hates every moment just like you did. But this is the only path to survival. If he's going to live in this world, he must become better than you ever were. Because in this life, mercy doesn't exist. Only the blade exists. Only the blade survives.